Let it be known. And look at this little cute mama. Oh, beautiful queen. Why you gotta be so venomous? Why so venomous? And there always be these little cute ones. They so empty inside. And they do all this for a bag. For a bag? For a bag, B. All this for a bag. Really? The bag mean that much to you? You need all that for the bag, baby. Let me tell you, circumstantial evidence and direct evidence is not the same thing, baby. You can't blur the lines. See, that's the part you're missing, babe. Now, when this is all over, I might be able to forgive you. But, you're looking kind of good, so I can put up with you. But only so much. There's only so much I can stand. There's only so much I can put up with. What's up, Mr. Hogan? It's only so much I can put up with. And the reason why I say that is because of a very simple factoid here. Now, she's trying to blur the lines. Thank you. I appreciate it. But when someone tries to blur the lines, that's when you gotta step in. She's trying to make it seem like all this circumstantial evidence is direct evidence. They're not the same. I'm trying to fix this thing here. There it is. They're trying to prohibit you all from seeing this. There you go. Now, you might be saying, well, what is circumstantial evidence? Well, circumstantial evidence, if somebody was to testify, right? And they say, like, I saw so-and-so do this and so was there because I saw him there. I was in the car with him when we went over there. We had originally had steaks together that day. So at 3:45, that person was in the car with me and we made it over to a scene. And yes, that is circumstantial evidence. They were there, they witnessed it. They don't have anything physical, but circumstantial, yes. You would say that person was there, that person did X, Y, and Z, so they could say that's evidence. But it's so circumstantial. Now, let's get to the gist of the problem. Now, here's the gist of the problem. And I want to be very clear about it. Direct evidence is if they actually have him in the act, they have these physical, evidence. Now, text messages, circumstantial evidence. The text is saying one thing and you're trying to make it be something that you want it to be. This is called circumstantial. It's not direct. The context of the text messages would prove direct to circumstantial. Like if I tell somebody, man, I want to hit that chick. And they go, whoa, he wants to physically assault this woman. And then somebody be like, nah, that ain't what he talking about. Now, exactly. Somebody would take that text message, try to use that as an assault case. He's here saying, I want to hit her, Your Honor, in the text message. But the context is different. Now, if I said that, if I told you I want to hit Tisa Tells, y'all don't think I'm physically talking about hitting her, and that way, you would automatically know what I'm talking about. So there is a thing called circumstantial evidence. Then you have what we call direct evidence. Direct evidence is that's it, that's the evidence, it's there. It's almost like physical evidence. Physical evidence is stuff you can touch. Diddy left a glove there. We have videotape of Diddy there. That's physical evidence. The tape of him and Cassie. Physical. All right, we could all see that. So, what this woman proceeds to do is create a situation each and every time where Diddy is just doing wrong. Defense isn't doing anything. $10 million lawyers, but they're not doing anything. So, from 3:30 in the afternoon yesterday to 8, 9 o'clock last night, the lawyers, the judge, they were all in there arguing line by line. What is going to be accepted? How is it going to be represented in the case when they go into their closing arguments? Now, the defense was getting a lot of wins last night in that conversation. Why? Because they know the government is trying to blur the lines and confuse the jury so much they can just go ahead and get a conviction on Diddy. We only need 2 of those things to prove. Good luck proving bribery. Because somebody said they already proved bribery. He bribed the guy. You cannot bribe anyone, okay, who set a price. They said this is how much this costs. That's not bribery. Hey man, I'll take care of you. It's not bribery. Make this thing go away. What do I have to do? I'll take care of you. It's not bribery. That's just saying I'll take care of you. Circumstantial. Plus, the guy set the price. The other guy who was there said, it's gonna cost $50,000 to do this. That's what he said, $50,000, and I'll do it. And what happened after he went to 50,000? They both each got 50,000. And you can't say Sean Diddy Combs did this on his own, because Cassie was there with the approval of this being done. She FaceTimed and got on there and gave the approval because she wanted this to disappear. What is extortion? I don't understand. You said extortion. Do you know what extortion is? How was someone being extorted? Who was extorted? If you talking about they extorted Diddy, then yeah, pretty much. But I don't believe it was extortion because they weren't saying, hey, we're gonna ruin you if you don't pay us. Diddy came to them, so I don't think that would be extortion. If you actually come to them asking them for something and they saying this is just how much it's gonna cost, it's not extortion. That's just making a deal. They never threatened to put anything out. So Tisa, I'm telling you, okay? Because I just feel you're on the wrong side of the glass. And I understand they're probably paying you. And we get it. There's often a lot of people who would do a lot less for money. Well, they were trying to make the language look different, because that's what the government wants to do, because their whole case is built on circumstantial evidence. So they want to blur the lines to confuse the jury just enough so that they would just go off whatever's basic. So it almost make it feel like Diddy has to prove he's innocent. This is why the defense rests, because hell, there's nothing here to defend. What do we need to call a witness for? They was like, we don't have not one character witness. That's not needed in this case. They have not proven the case at all. They have not gotten to RICO. They haven't gotten to trafficking. This is a relationship. You can't traffic these people that's saying, oh my God, I can't wait to freak off. Who does that? And then, you got this dumb bastard that keeps talking about showing the definition of what the word prostitution means. Yes, for a prostitute. They was like, that's guilty. No, these are entertainers. These are escorts. It is different. There's no direct evidence to them saying, hey, we want you to come over to screw. No. They'll say, hey, we're having a hotel night. We're having a party night. And whatever they decide to work out in these hotel moments, that was the arrangement that was made for the entertainment for the night. If that's the case, I guess you're trafficking all these escorts that go to these yacht parties. I guess these are it's crazy, right? They could just spin it and turn it around on his head and then make you the guilty party. Now, yeah, dumb bastard has a whole different outlook. You know, dumb bastard, instead of just going off the legal papers and stuff that he's been reading, he decides to try to use his brain and start talking. And boy, do those words come out and it sound real stupid coming off his brain. I'll be, oh no, he's in trouble. He's going off the sheet. Then dumb bastard starts going off the sheet and is making stuff up as he goes, and it's, boy, does it go off the rails. Well, that's what he wants, you know? He just wants to belong. So he will say anything. Just create whatever it is in his brain to go along with the rules of stature. They have no proof of kidnapping, no proof of the arson. How can you even go that route? How can you even pursue it? Because these were state claims that the state didn't even charge him with. So if he's not charged with the state crime, how can you use that to charge him for RICO when there's no evidence connected to him to any of it? And then you have dumb bastard trying to talk about, well, look at the credibility of the people they got. They didn't use criminals. They used some good folk. Good folks. About 7 of the 9 people on there were hopped up on drugs. But these are good people. Half of these people, one woman, her whole life is built on doing drugs and getting close to women that need drugs so that the drug dealer can give her free drugs. Everybody in here suing Diddy for a lawsuit for money, civilly. Almost everybody that was on the stand. Capricorn Clark sued and only got money for overtime hours. That this forced labor, which they're trying to call overtime hours, forced labor. She won a civil suit for overtime hours she wasn't paid for. So she got $200,000 after suing for $20 million. Well, some people will see the light, others will not. It's just this how it's dictated. But at the end of the day, you have to find a way to make it work out to where it benefits you. And these dudes sold their soul for money. That's what meant the most to them, money. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. How much do you love money? Oh, well, they'll get the narratives all confused and twisted. Once again, as the prosecution was crying last night, scared that they're losing their case. All the language that they were trying to fight, to have twisted, the defense was there to oppose every line of questioning that y'all got. And they said, hey, judge told y'all, you know what? Put it in your own closing arguments. You could tell it to the jury in your closing arguments, but you can't put it in this statement like that. No. We ain't gonna let you word it. So Tisa, baby, let me talk to you. Baby, listen, come home while you can still use our comb. Stop selling yourself for a dollar amount. Okay? That prosecution team is playing dirty games. Come home. Oh, they messing with my companies. They mess with the live stream. You saw what they did to the live stream the other day. Every time I go live about Diddy, we got all kind of stuff going on. Hacking, recording, all of this nonsense, right? But see, all of that work they've been doing does nothing. All the lies you told Brendan, the drug mule, who was only on the stand for 5 minutes, destroyed Diddy. More lies. All lies. And you got them to promote it to get you money. Oh, my God. Then, what's his name, just wanted to follow your lead. You know, you got dumb bastard out there. He running around saying the same damn thing. I'm like, this dude, and then it's worse with him because he gets to the point where he's confused. He gets so confused, he don't know what's going on. And I'm like, damn, dumb bastard. Dumb bastard is talking about USA law, and he ain't even from the United States. I don't think. Where he from? It's the band Turkey. So dumb bastard, he keeps continuously going on live streams, telling everybody all of this fake ass information. And he got to go off the brain and try to tell them they only getting rid of charges because they don't matter. They don't need them, so they won't just kick them out to the side. They don't need those. They already got Diddy, so they don't even need that. I said, oh, Jesus Christ. This has got to be the stupidest individual I've ever heard covering the case. I'm like, does he read the transcripts? Did he run out of words? So dumb bastard decided he was going to give his thoughts on something. Jesus Christ. Dumb bastard, please stand down. No, there'll never be a Carcino versus dumb bastard. I don't consider us the same. So 13D, the obstruction of justice, the arson, they will not get that. They won't get kidnapped. I don't care if they drop them or keep them. I don't even care if they drop. It make them look bad that they have to drop him without saying they dropping him. Because they're losing on every single charge. To me, you're not going to be able to prove trafficking. You're not going to be able to prove prostitution because one, none of them have declared themselves as prostitution. So transportation for prostitution. How do you do that when no one has listed themselves as a prostitute or sex worker? They're entertainers. That's not their job. Saying that's what I do for a living. No, that wasn't really what they did for a living. They were entertainers. They were escorts. So it was a business. So good luck proving 13G when you can't prove 13F, which is the sex trafficking period. Because trying to prove all of that, now all of a sudden everybody messaging me at the same time. And forced labor into trafficking. Forced labor? Good luck with that. Obstruction of justice, that will be thrown out. They won't prove obstruction of justice. Witness tampering. What witness did they tamper with? There was no witness tampering. So he shouldn't even be arrested now. Bribery of a witness and conspiracy. Okay, that's the person on for the tape or whatever saying they bribed him. It's not a bribe. When you pay what someone asks you, it's not a bribery. So that's out of there. Kidnapping, out of there. Arson, out of there. So where is drug trafficking? Okay. Drug distribution and conspiracy. Where's the drug distribution? To whom? Everybody there was willingly taking drugs. They've admitted that drugs is what they did. Diddy didn't introduce them to drugs. Saying, this is drugs, and I'm finna introduce you. No, it didn't work that way. So once again, the federal government has run into another wall, another obstacle that they have to deal with amongst themselves. Okay? Yeah, I know. It's a murky situation, but like I said, this is a situation that they're not getting out of. they are stuck. And because they're stuck, they're going to need to find a way to maneuver and keep things going. But it's over now. They've rested. So they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. But this is what happens when you have dumb bastards try to tell you about law. This guy said Diddy there was no court case today, right? There was no case. They're just going over the lines and what they're going to add into the final arguments. Dumb bastard told you Diddy got barbecued in court today. When the government made a letter to the judge to amend, and they're not challenging any of or having any instructions for any of these charges for arson, the kidnappery, and which basically means you're giving up on those charges, right? But for some weird reason, in the mystic stars, dumb bastard believes that Diddy took a beating in court today when there really wasn't any court. The court went down at 3:45 to 8 p.m. and saying that their strategy is very clear. And we just got lesser elements to get to the RICO charges. That's not normally how you get to RICO with lesser elements. You need every element you can to try to prove a RICO case against one individual. Okay, because there's no profit here. So because you don't have profit, yes, exactly. Because you don't have profit, it's going to be hard to prove drug trafficking. It's going to be hard to prove all of these things that they're trying to put under a RICO Act. Most of it is individual act. There's not a concert here. So how is it a criminal enterprise? We don't see the enterprise. When it's one, we're just seeing one person in a personal relationship. But when you got dumb bastard and the rest of these people that's out here, Tisa Tells, dumb bastard, and then the rest of them who were just riding this Diddy train because they want to make some money. But if dumb bastard is listening, let me just say this to you, dumb bastard. Listen. And listen up well. If the prosecution was doing so well, why are they editing out messages that's in the charts, in the summary charts? Why was the defense reading messages that HSI had never seen, but was in the charts, but not the charts they gave to them to read? Why did they do that? Is that something that somebody who's fighting for justice would do? Why did they take the emojis out of the messages when they were reading them? Why did they do that? Come on, dumb bastard. Talk to the people. Tell them. Why did they do that if they so righteous and they fighting for justice? When Cassie said, I'm always ready to freak off. Why didn't they put that in the summary chart? I think that's pretty massive. If Cassie sits there and say, I'm always ready to freak off, and y'all don't even mention it. Mm, mm, mm. Lie after lie have been told on this man, a black man. But I don't think you're from the country, dumb bastard, so you don't really understand what it's like to be a black American. Let me tell you what it's like to be a black American and to have people tar and feather you in the media and every light. None of us are very happy with the situation with Sean Diddy Combs. We think that he needed help, not prison. He needed help. You know, for drugs, all the other stuff, but all of the people that was doing it because of the lifestyle. They wanted to be in that lifestyle. They couldn't go and do nothing else. Capricorn Clark, Diddy couldn't blackball her and stop her from getting work because she got hired. Just so happened the man just died and committed suicide like the week she was getting ready to go back to work. Now they want to hit everybody with allegations. For the past 3 days, I've been sitting here dealing with the federal government interfering in my other LLCs. I've been dealing with a whole lot of rhetoric and red tape going on around here. Like I said yesterday, the only law they are is lying that they're dealing with is lying as witnesses. And that's it. But if it's a black man, oh, it's open season. Open season. And who does it the most and can't wait for it to go bad for black folk? Never tell you nothing good about black folk. Dumb bastard. He can't wait. And he ain't the only one. There's plenty of them out there. Tisa Tells does it. Dumb bastard and the rest of them. Black folk are the first one. They don't run to defend. And I'm not saying defend Diddy because he's a celebrity and we just love Diddy. No, these charges are fraudulent. And we knew it from the jump. And when you look at this, you go, what? When we saw papers that thin for a RICO case and all these charges, you've never seen that many, like that less of paperwork. Then they told us to wait. Just wait. The government gonna add this, Joe, just you wait. Didn't dumb Bonster said Farnsworth Bentley is gonna be accused with Diddy? I haven't heard Farnsworth Bentley involved in none of this, but dumb bastard told us that was gonna happen. I guess dumb bastard realized that ain't happening now. Okay. Anything to keep the wheel moving, right? Do I think they're gonna let him win the case? No. I think they want to. I think they're trying to find a wiggle room to get some conviction on something. Rico, they might not get at all because there's just no Rico here. Uh, they're fighting because the city of New York cannot take. The city of New York can't afford to have a case of this magnitude go as innocent. If they do, they open themselves up for a very huge lawsuit, the biggest class action lawsuit in the whole history of New York City. You know how much damage they've done to Diddy's reputation, everything in this industry, and you did all of this, and he was found and got acquitted of all these charges. The city would not be able to afford how hefty that price tag is going to be. This man was a billionaire before all this happened. His net worth is down so much he had to sell off shares to his companies and all of this stuff. So yeah, that's a problem. That's a huge problem. And that's going to be a huge problem for a lot of people when that man gets out. Mm-hmm. That's how you got to move sometimes because a lot of these people are snakes. They're snakes, man. They don't have any concern for the other people, TD Jakes and Oprah. They going down and all this because of Diddy. All of these lies. These people, they will lie about anything. Yeah. That's why I was hoping Gene stayed away from just doubling, tripling down on this Diddy all the time. I'm like, dude, just do some other stuff. Like you know a lot of people. Just do some other stuff, dude. You so gravitated into Diddy, people will start to discredit you. Hmm. Well, there's and it's a lot of situations that was going by. Like Kanye West came there to say, "Hey, I came there to support Diddy." He was there for about 10 minutes, and he got up and left so he can get the attention, so people could check him out and promote the song he made with Diddy voice on there or whatever. If Diddy was so bad, right? Now, mm-hmm. No, that's just a narrative that people been running with for a while, and the last couple of years, there's been a lot of people who've been saying a lot of crazy things out here, and because of that, everybody just caps now. Nobody says anything. They be like, "Dog, we trolling, bro." I'll be like, "The hell is that even about? Like, what is that for? Why would you need to do that?" It's just, it's just a weirdo. You know, a lot of this behavior is weird because it's all about a dollar. Right. Like if they weren't out here spreading these lies, I wouldn't have to be doing this telling the truth. They'll make seven, eight, nine Diddy videos a day. I'm serious. They would make seven, eight, and nine Diddy videos a day. I'll make maybe one, two, if there unless there's something new to say. People will see through that. You know, I feel that down the stretch, people will see through it. You know, they'll realize, okay, I get it. Dumb bastard is just, yeah, I get what he's doing. He want to be famous so bad. You know, Tisa Tells, you know, they put a battery in her back. People that control her got her doing these things and moving in this direction. So yeah, I see him. Man, these dudes are like weirdos now, man. You can't trust none of these guys no more. I know. One minute they sports guys, they basketball guys, and the next minute they lawyers. Next minute they lawyers, and the next minute they gonna be hip hop. Then they're gonna be world star hip hop now. Yeah, she'll put a spell on me. I'm gonna break the spell they got on her. Them crackers out there bleaching her dome. Exactly. And y'all should tell dumb bastards, stop wearing do rags when you ball. What is the do rag for? What is the do rag for, dog? You bald, but I'm gonna rock this do-rag. I'm gonna wave up this scalp. Oh man. Nah, don't be disappointed. Just rejoice. People show you who they are. You learn from it. That's all. When you see how people are, you learn from it. That's what I did. I learned from it. Said, not a problem. Move on. There's been plenty in this internet space that have come and gone. I know. They just can't take their L. They gonna remix it. Even if Diddy win, they gonna say the jury was confused. If they let him go and all that, it's you got to know the game. They got to keep the Ferris wheel moving. The show don't stop. These the same people who told you, what's his name? What they saying? All the celebrities are getting lawyers now. They was telling you all that crap, lying. Swiss Beats, oh, Swiss Beats in trouble. I'm like, dumb bastard was doing that the whole time. I said, man, look, I can't go along with this Ferris wheel thing. But that's what they do, man. Dumb bastard. Look at him. He was sitting up there talking about the whole. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's dumb bastard. See, dumb bastard, he loves to go up there and make stuff up about the case all the time. I'm talking slow because I've been up working all night and putting in 16, 17-hour days of work. See, I work, sir. I have two other LLCs that I have to work on. You know, I uploaded my Patreon. This is why I'm in, different bracket. We're not the same. I'm willing to work. I stand by morals. Sure, I could have more money if I wanted to play ball and get in here and lie and just ignore evidence and things that ain't going right just so I can get the better look. And, no, I don't do that, bro. They ain't playing those games with me. Yeah, well, dumb bastard. That seemed like it's more up his alley, theatrics, instead of the information in the actual case. Now remember, this man said that they were getting just 1 hour prior. He said they were getting rid of charges because they didn't need them. They already got Diddy. Then 1 hour later, he comes back. No, they ain't even dropped no charges. See, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm like, you were the one saying that they did, saying that they didn't need the charges. They already got them. Now you didn't flip that. Yeah, well. Get that Carl Thomas sweater out. Right. I'm just tired of the government doing what they do, you know? Go ahead, Diddy. Go ahead, Diddy. We gotta get Diddy back outside, man, where he belong. Go ahead, Diddy, bust them spins on him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's so crazy because yeah, it gets crazy because people get so emotional, you know, for some reason, dumb bastard act like he on trial. Like he got family members on the doggone prosecution. He be getting all mad and all. I'm like, what is going on with this dude? Mm-hmm. I know. Tell me about it. But they gonna see. So I'm gonna wait till these closing arguments. Then we're gonna talk about the draft. We'll do a panel so you can come up and talk about the draft. Oh, ASAP. No, see, here's the thing. I get sent clips of what they say because I talk about the Diddy case too. People will send me a clip of what they would say. And from there, I would watch to hear the egregious things that they would say. So I said, okay, I'll listen to it and say, that don't make any goddamn sense. See, I'm not the only person who believes that it doesn't make sense or it's just off. It is not coming from a standpoint of reality that they have agenda. So when you see that someone has an agenda and they ignore the actual evidence or lack of on their side of what's being presented, they're not telling you about the case. They're just telling you all about anything against Diddy. Even when things are going against the prosecution and the mistakes they make, they still try to flip it right back on Diddy. So it's obvious they have an agenda to try to make the prosecution look good. And that's cool and fine and dandy if you're going to do it for the money and give up no integrity, but just don't expect respect. That's all. Don't expect respect. Because you lose all of it when you start doing that, especially from me. So I ain't got to respect you. You can get somebody else to do that. So Tisa Tells, she's a person who has no credibility, no respect, nothing. Mm. Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of people want to, yeah, those scenarios are crazy. Mm. Yeah, well, hopefully they get some better translation to the situation. But I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta take a nap. I gotta get up and get this day rolling. It's been a crazy day. So, all right, y'all, let's kick it off. Shouts out to the real. Y'all know who y'all are already. It's your boy Carcino. I'm out. Thanking you.